How about now? Sound check 1, 2. You guys should be able to hear me now. Awesome. Appreciate it, Will. Good morning to you. All right. So, want to take off, or start off the day here with a look at the Forex Factory calendar like we do each and every morning here. And as you can see, there is really nothing on the board for USD here that's in red. There's a couple things here, new home sales and Richmond Manufacturing Index at 10 o'clock today. So if you are trading the indices, keep that one in mind there at 10 o'clock. Oops. Go back here. There we go. All right. Now, let's jump in, kind of take a look at the indices here. We got pretty much a flat opening for the most part. S&P is up 0.03, Nasdaq up 0.07, Russell up 0.03, and the Dow up 0.14. So Dow a little bit stronger here, coming into today by about 0.1% there over the S&Ps and the Russell. I don't actually know that that really means much here. The Dow was kind of the laggard coming out of yesterday, so I'm not going to give that much too much credibility here for this morning. So what I am going to be paying attention to today, though, are a couple levels that we're going to go ahead and mark up in the S&Ps, the Nasdaq, the Russell, and the Dow. And then also we traded off some of these levels in the overnight session as well. So we'll take a look at those. So with the S&Ps here, we had this 28.9850 level in place yesterday. I was trying to put bids in there and just unable to get filled. We traded 99s there on the low, and that's had a nice rally here so far. And the question is, all right, where do we go from here? And overnight range in the S&Ps is about 8 3/4 points here, low of 29.08, high of 29.1675s. So we've traded kind of right up into this range towards 29.17s. The levels I'm going to be paying attention to today are going to be 29.23 on the top side. I'm going to leave this 98.50 level in place because it never traded yesterday. And then I'm also going to add a new level pretty much right in here. You can kind of bracket this bar there of 29.0875s and 29.08/4. Now, oddly enough, that kind of lines up with the overnight low. So we traded down into this zone last night here at about 8 o'clock. And then we're 9 o'clock there. And then tried to trade it again here later on at 3, 4, 5 in the morning there. And just got a little bit of a front run in front of that. So I'm going to be paying attention to that zone today. If we can crack through that zone, then I think we've got a chance at getting back down here to these 28.9850s. As long as that zone holds, then I think we've got room up here towards 29.23. And again, you can just split the difference here and call it 29.0850s. But that's kind of the zone that we're sitting in right there. So that's for the S&Ps. Moving over to the Nasdaq here. Nasdaq, we had 26.50s on the top side yesterday. And I mentioned those traded, excuse me, in the overnight session, the Sunday night overnight session. And then they actually ended up trading on a pullback here twice in today's session. So you can see here's the Sunday night open. We rally up, we trade 77.27s. We sell off into our 76.73s. This was the long area from yesterday. Right there at the open, scooped up longs. A lot of members did. I was waiting for the S&Ps, did not pick this position up. And then that ran all the way back up into 77.2650s there. So, I don't know, what is that, 50-some points there. Rallied a little bit more in the overnight session, pulled back, tested it once, pulled back, tested it twice here, and then now we're ripping off again. The problem here becomes the fact that this little bubble up here, 77.37/4, is all-time highs on this chart. So I actually don't have any levels above here. So we're currently trading kind of 77.42, somewhere right in there. I don't actually have anything above this point that I can pull from to know where we're going. So what I have to focus on then is just if we do crack beneath a certain level, kind of where does that leave us and where are we going from there? So for me, that level is going to come in right here at 77.20s. So if we crack under 77.20s today, then I think we've got some room to pull back Otherwise, I'm going to be focusing on divergence plays, breakouts, small time frame uptrends, things like that in order to get into this move today for the Nasdaq. All right, taking a look at the Russell here. So Russell still needs to get above that 1571.90 level in place. We had this 1559.80 level as support yesterday. You can see that came down, ended up holding twice. We pushed through that level here by a bit on the second test here towards the end of the day. Traded 56.70s there, so about a 3-point push through. And at this point now, we just need to redraw this level in here. 1559.40s. And at this point, the Russell still just needs to get above 1571.90s before I'm willing to mess with it here. Another retest of 1559.40s. I'm not really going to be a proponent of buying off of that. It's tested once, twice, 3 times. This would be the 4th time on that level. And I just don't really like to do 4th time test on, especially on the Russell, but overall, just in general. Yeah, so Lou's asking a good question. Do you think it's significant that the NQ was the only one to make new highs yesterday? Is there such thing as a divergence in the hourly charts? There is. So the Dow actually was the only one to make new highs, I believe, on Friday. So pointed that out yesterday in the morning trade plan here. So Dow made new highs on Friday. None of the other markets were. And that's kind of why I looked at the Dow yesterday morning off of the 477s here and traded that small with Nadex. But yeah, so there is definitely something to be said for that. And considering the Nasdaq was the only one to do it yesterday, I would give that a little bit more credibility than I would these other markets. But again, I just don't have levels up here. We're 10 points above the open or above the close, and I just don't have any levels to pull from in that. So just have to either wait for the open or wait for pullbacks towards that 77.20 in order to get an entry into that. Which I think a pullback to 77.20 is going to be a little bit hard fought here. It's about 24 points worth of range there. And given the momentum that I'm seeing out of the Nasdaq, I think personally it will just continue without getting that pullback. But again, that's what we have to wait and see. All right. Taking a look at the Dow here. So the Dow here, I'd be willing to buy pullbacks in the Dow to 26,537s here. If we take a look at the overnight session here, you can see where we pushed up into this level, pulled back off of it, rallied back through it, and we have not retested it yet in today's session yet. So again, tested once, twice, 3 times, small pullback, and then a push, hard push through, and then now waiting for that pullback to that level. So if we can get that today, I think that's a good looking trade setup there. Pullbacks to 26,537s in the Dow. And targets up here, 26,600 or something over these highs. So we got about 60 points worth of room in that. And overall, I think that'll be a good looking trade if it can set up. All right. Moving on to gold. Gold getting a nice breakdown today. We never really could get the rally back here yesterday into 1280s or really anywhere close to that. So I was unable to get any positions off in there. I wanted to sell some options in here or do something that made sense in the gold market. I anticipated this breakdown, and I think we still got about another 10 points to go here down into 1258.60s. And this market just kind of like almost reminds me of a Euro trade last year where I actually did get into the trade, trailed out early, and it ends up running for like 5 cents or something like that. With this case in gold, just have not been able to find the entry, even though it is still going, the direction I anticipated, and is most likely going to get to these targets here. So with the breakdown here in gold here, 1275s is kind of the level there. If we get back above 1275s, then we'll have to kind of reevaluate this. But as long as we're holding under 1275s, then this 1258.60 target down here looks really, really good. All right, taking a look at crude oil. so crude oil here is still kind of stuck in between this 66.26 and 65.11. Overnight highs were 66.19, so we got about 7 ticks away there. Overnight lows 65.58 here, so still 40 cents, 45 cents away from this 65.11 here. So I don't give too much emphasis to crude today. Again, I think it needs to kind of get up towards these 66.26s in regular trading hours, or these 65.11s in regular trading hours as well. So looks like it's trying to go higher in the overnight sessions, and then pretty much just lackluster when it comes to the intraday session. So not really going to be focusing too much in there, just given the fact that it's not doing much that I want to see in the actual regular trading hour session for the crude markets. All right, and then I want to take a look at a couple stocks here this morning that I noticed were moving off of my list. So obviously Netflix have a position on in here, currently gapping down a little bit, 375 or so, 375.01 by 375.5 as the bid and ask in there. Again, I'm looking to take this position kind of up closer to 380s, so it's not too far of a cry here. A little bit of a gap down, not too much concern in Netflix there, but going to be looking to take some of that position off here this morning, depending on what it does. And then Tesla here. Tesla's interesting. It's actually gapping down this morning. So we're sitting at kind of 262.89s there on the close. Tesla right now gapping down to 259.08 by quarter. So we're actually clearing this 260.85 level, and we're kind of coming down closer into this 259.21 level there in Tesla. So Tesla here still obviously in a very solid downtrend on the hourly chart there. There's no mistake in that here. Coming down into some price support. We got plenty of time left on this trade here. And need back above 270 on this trade. Got 24 days to go. So 270, it was pretty much at 270 yesterday on the gap down there. So not really too concerned with the fact that Tesla could get back above 270 in the next 24 days or so. But just keeping you aware of the support levels it's going to be coming into down here. And if it does break, kind of start chewing through this zone down here, then Tesla's actually got a lot of room to the downside here. You can see, I mean, every time we've come down to this level, so if you just kind of bracket this 260 to 270 range, we come up here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, push again. We finally get through it. Now we've come down and we've tested this area once, twice, now 3 times in through here. So if this area is going to hold, it's going to come in somewhere through here and kind of push us back up towards the top end of the range here. Up towards about 360, 350, somewhere in there. So Tesla's got about a 100-point range it's working with over the past, pretty much 2.5 years here. So I'm comfortable with long positions down here, anticipating that this zone is basically going to hold in Tesla on the charts. Video of a Tesla exploding yesterday. That's interesting. That's unfortunate too. So Tesla explodes and stock gaps down $3 or so. I think that actually gets reversed today. I'll go out on record and make a bold prediction. I think Tesla actually ends up closing the day green, north of 262.75. Given just the way that this chart's looking. Oh, it's a fake video? Like someone blow it up on purpose? Wasn't he in front of the SEC or something? Like, maybe not yesterday, but like in the past week or so. Oh, they're investigating it? Huh, interesting. Nice. Ford or GM or somebody. Yeah, I saw he said an article something didn't want to make a comment about the SEC. They're not his biggest fans. All right. All right, if there's any symbols you guys want me to take a look at, the last one I'm going to look at here is NVIDIA. But if there is anything you want me to take a look at, feel free to go ahead and punch it in the chat. I'll do so. But otherwise, after NVIDIA here, I'm going to wrap it up and get ready for the morning power hour with you guys. All right, NVIDIA here, daily chart. I liked this pattern yesterday. We came down 184.07, so we traded 184.08. Picked up longs in this yesterday, somewhere like right around 185 and change. Somewhere right in through here. I picked up some longs in there in NVIDIA. I put on a butterfly in there for monthly options expiration, 24 days to go. Centered around the 200 strike in there. So there's probably still time to get into that trade. And again, just looking for a nice move in here in NVIDIA off that level and work its way up into this gap closer towards 200. So I do like NVIDIA here to the long side. That car looked like someone put a bomb in it. Someone link me that video. Just drop it in the Discord. Someone just stuck a bunch of tannerite in it and blew it up. Which I actually do want to do that. My cousin's got an old car that we're thinking about doing that with. So actually, if you guys have any ideas for what to do with that car, because I want to personally blow it up. I want to take it out to the farm and blow it up. Okay, yeah, D-Rod, share it with me. Just send it to email, support@majorleaguetrading.com. I want to make like a video with it. Just blow the car up. It's a convertible Audi. I think it'd be pretty fun. Judge told him in the SEC he needs to work this problem out. Nice. Good old Elon. That's what I was thinking, Jax. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. Because, I mean, we're coming into summertime. And I'm definitely down to blow up an Audi. We've talked about it for like a year. Parlayed into trading. Yeah, I know. I don't know what to do with it. We'll talk about it in the morning power hour, though. So, all right, guys, 9:24 here. I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream here. I'll be back in just a few minutes with everyone in the MLT Discord for the morning power hour. That's where you guys get to see me trade live for the first hour to hour and a half each and every day, where I put the Netflix position on yesterday, the NVIDIA, gave out all of the ideas and trade calls for the NASDAQ futures, S&Ps, Russell, and Dow. And then anything you guys want me to take a look at, I'll do so in there. So if you guys want to join the MLT Discord, the link is going to be the first one in the description below. Also, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed the content. And I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. Take care and appreciate it. And trade safe.